Welcome to this Fusion video tutorial. In today's tutorial I'm going to be going over the info block in Fusion and how you can customize the info block with particular information, and also how to insert a logo. Currently I have a default info block assigned to this design. You'll see that it's given company information, client information, the information of door style used, and what the view is, scale, date, and so forth. Let's close this up. To edit the info block, we go to our edit menu and select user preferences. Under user preferences we need to find info block, and at the top here we'll see that we can set what font is used, what the font size is, whether it's italic, underlined or bold. We can change all of this, customize it, and we can also set in what views the info block will display by default. Currently I have all my views selected. By deselecting it, unchecking the checkbox, when we start a new design, info block will either display or not display depending on what we've chosen. These next two areas will allow us to customize either the info block for landscape settings or portrait settings. You'll see that both are selected to use the default. We can adopt the portrait settings for landscape, or likewise adopt the landscape settings for portrait. And here we set what the overall height of the info block is. Ours is set to 20 with the cell padding of 1. To customize the info block, we just select the customize button, and first thing you'll notice is that the dealer logo location becomes ungrayed. To choose our dealer logo, we just select browse, a new window is opened, we navigate to where our logo is saved, select it, and Fusion will look to this location for the dealer logo. One thing important to note about the dealer logo is it has to be saved as a JPEG, and I've found that saving the JPEG in a program like Photoshop doesn't work. I needed to open the logo in Windows Paint and resave it there. Alright, so let's get to customizing our info block. To customize, we select edit. This new window is open. If we look at the top here, it says this defines the info block. It sets a number of columns, whether a column contains text or branding information, and it sets a relative width of each column in %. Alright, you'll see that all these columns are currently set to different percentages. The total value needs to equal 100. So if we change this column to 20, we'll see that the percentage now set to 95, so we would need to change the value of one of these other columns. We could change this to 35 and it will be at 100%. If we go over the 100%, it won't display correctly. Alright, now you see that we have column type and also number of columns. We can say how many columns are displayed. We have up to a total of 4 columns available, and in each column all of them are set to text except for the final one, which is set to branding. Text will pull through information from the design or the dealer information. Branding is what we need to select for inserting our logo. We only have the two options. Let's take a look at column 1, text. I'm going to edit this, and we'll see that I have certain information already placed into different rows. This information is what is called a data tag. We'll see at the bottom there's data tags, and if we click on this pull down menu, we have quite a large list of different data tags available. Client address, line 1, dealer address, dealer delivery address, and so forth. Each of these are pulling information from different areas. The client address information is coming from the details that we set up when creating the client in Connect. The dealer address, that comes from our dealer details, which is also from Connect. We find this in the tools menu under dealer details. And we'll see that there's some other information as well that's pulling from the design, such as scale, style, and so forth. Okay, now under dealer name, we just keep that by standard. We'll just click OK. I've got the dealer name, dealer address 1, dealer address 2, and dealer phone number. You'll notice there's a title column width, which is set to 100. Now this means that this column width now this row is using 100% of the column width. If I had to change that to 50, we have a new option called value, which means that I could actually put the information, let's just make an example here, put the information of company name, and I'll click OK. And then in value, I'll just double click, and here I will use dealer name. Need to insert the data tag, and you'll note a data tag when it has a square bracket around it. We'll click OK. Now what this will do is allow us to put company name, company address, and then put the other information in this block over here. We can, if we're happy with that, let me just change this address. Click OK, and then insert data tag. Inserted the wrong data tag. Let's just delete that. We'll put there dealer address line 1. Insert. OK. Delete this text. We'll insert dealer address line 2. OK. And then we'll put there telephone. Click OK, double click, and we'll put dealer telephone number, insert the data tag, and click OK. I'm going to change this percentage to 30% so that we've got more room on the value for the information. We'll click OK. Column detail 2, I'll press edit. Now you'll notice this title column has been set to 100%, and what we've done over here is we've got the text of client and then the data tag inserted thereafter of client name. I can take client name and actually add more data tags in if I wanted to. I'm not going to for this example. Adding text, we just double click. I could change this date to a text such as this drawing is a graphic presentation only. And now this text will appear at the bottom of this column. Alright, let's go take a look at the branding. I'm going to click on my edit button here, and we'll see that we have logo positioning. Left type logo and right type logo. All that means is the logo will either be aligned left of the cell or right hand side of the cell. If we click on the pull down menu, there's 3 options: none, dealer, and manufacturer. Dealer logo is pulling the logo that we've just chosen in Fusion, the one that we have located on our computer. The manufacturer logo will only be available per catalog. If it is a catalog that you're using from another company and they have a manufacturer's logo installed in the catalog, we would be able to select that. Text details, we can insert text into this column as well. I've texted our company email website address, and we can state whether it's shown text above or below the logo. Alright, so once we're happy with all of the changes that we've made for the info block, we just click OK. It will ask us if we want to save these. Select OK. Now I've just adjusted the info block for landscape settings. If we're going to be using the same settings for our portrait, we can just click on the use landscape settings button, and it will adopt all of those settings. Or we can select customize and create a different info block for our landscapes. Once we're happy with all the changes, we can click OK. It gives us a warning that some changes will not have immediate effect, and I'll show you that by going into print preview. You'll notice that the information is still the same as when we first started. In order for these changes to take effect, we need to close the design and then reopen it. Fusion will now recognize the new changes that we've made to the info block. Now if we'll just wait for the design to load, I can now go to my file, print preview, and there we have the new logo. As you can see, this column's just slightly too small, so I'd have to go back and readjust it. I've got double information, so sometimes it is a matter of trial and error, just taking a look at the information that you've seen, adjusting the column sizes so that all your information appears correctly.